A mother is pleading for her 17-year-old beauty queen daughter to come home because she's claiming that her daughter, who's a runner-up in Miss Moscow, is actually in Dubai right now to sell her virginity for 10,000 euros. That's a little confusing, so let's break it down a little bit. So now, Anna Feschenko, who's 17 years old, fled Russia and went to Dubai after the Miss Moscow contest. She brought a friend along with her. Her friend's name is Ekaterina K, who was 19, and they went to Dubai together, and she realized, or she alleged, that Anna was trying to sell her virginity for 10,000 euros in Dubai. Now, her mom is pleading and asking for her to come back home. Her mother, Olga, has asked to return Anna to Russia, but the 17-year-old was expected to return yesterday and failed to show up.
Hey, question.
Let's do it.
Stupid question. Do they use euros in Dubai?
No, but this is a Daily Mail article, therefore it has euros.
Oh, so it estimated that it was in euros.
By definition. But it is interesting because it's like 10,000 perfectly. So maybe it was in euros. I don't know. What did they do in Taken? This is basically the plot to Taken if it was...
Where was the girl selling her virginity in Taken?
No, well, we don't know if she's selling it herself. These are all...
Oh, it could be goons.
Yes. And by the way...
that's
By the way,
Hassan,
Olga, who's Anna's mother, is in communication with her daughter via text message still.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Can I just say, this story did a total 180 for me. I thought that she was like Girls Gone Wild, went to Dubai to sell her virginity, and now, Hassan, I think that there's a sinister plot afoot.
Yeah.
I do think that there's something nefarious going on here.
You think it's, so that's the interesting part. You think she's under duress, or do you think she made this decision on her own? Because her friend is alleging that she's making this decision on her own, and she's still living with 2 other escorts currently in Dubai. Her friend Ekaterina is saying that Anna is still living with 2 other escorts in Dubai.
Is the mom is in contact with the daughter, and then the daughter's just like, no, I'm not coming home?
Yeah.
Oh, so maybe there aren't goons. I don't know. I hope she's all right. Shoot. I feel really bad. I thought this story was very funny when you first read it out, and now it's like not at all funny, but I'm still in the mood from when I thought it was funny, so I can't process how dark this is.
All right, let's talk about it this way then.
Okay.
Do you think she has the right to sell her virginity? This is a person making this decision on their own. Let's say if we're assuming that she's not under any duress, she is making this decision on her own. She's 17 years old, which is considered legal in some places.
Does she have responsible friends around her? Like, do we think these people are responsible influences?
I mean, I don't know, because I would not be able to say whether they're responsible or not, considering that they're paid escorts in Dubai. But I'm not going to make a statement and be like, they're irresponsible because they're escorts.
You're right, damn.
So I don't know. But what do you think? Do you think it's...
Hassan, I don't think this is good.
Give me your open and honest... yeah. Man,
I feel like there's got to be more to the story. Maybe there's some unrest at home, or something happened with the Miss Moscow pageant that we aren't privy to in the story.
She was crowned Vice Miss Moscow because she was a runner-up. You think she just got us?
I don't know. I'm just saying there's got to be a little bit more to the story. But your question was, do I think she has the right to sell her virginity? I can only answer that if she has responsible influences around her, which I am not sure that she does, because I think a woman has the right to do whatever she wants to do with her body, and if she was in a well-controlled brothel environment with like security and everything, and she wanted to sell it for $10,000, then she should be allowed to do that. But then I'm thinking, if there isn't that sort of protocol or the check and balance system, then it's really dangerous and she's putting herself at risk. So I don't know. I think that she should probably just talk it out with her mom a little bit more over the phone if they're in contact, and figure out what the root of this sort of unrest in her life is, for sure.
Do you think 17 is old enough to make these decisions?
I do. 17, 18, yeah.
Really? I feel like I'd make some stupid decisions when I was 17 years old, honestly. But that's just me. I'm immature. I'm still immature.
Well, no, here's what I'll say. I think that you have, when you're 17, 18, I would say more 18, you do have agency over yourself. However, keep in mind that your brain is absolutely not done developing yet, and most of the decisions you'll make, although what you might understand the short-term consequences. The long-term sort of ramifications aren't super clear yet. So yeah, I think that she
And you also have you're just experiencing a lot of hubris. You're like,
and
I
a
know
lot of
everything. I know everything. And hormones, and you're like, I'm 17. I'm gonna fuck shit up. This is my life. Taking control of it. Thinking 10,000 euros is probably gonna cut it. Like that, I mean, or 10,000 pounds, probably not pounds, not euros. I don't think I said euros originally, but whatever. Thinking that will be enough for her and she'll just start a new life with that kind of money. I think these are all really immature and just immature mistakes that a young person is making. I don't place the same level of emphasis on losing your virginity that most people do. I personally lost it in a very weird way. So, I don't know, but then look at how I turned out. Not the greatest example. So maybe she should be considering it a little bit more instead of trying to sell it off.
Yeah,
but
don't be
who
like
am I
Hassan.
to judge? Now, the last question I have for you is that, they're alleging that this transaction took place over a website.
Oh no.
So as you know, and we've talked about this a little bit before we got on the show, where we talked about prostitution and like what are some legal loopholes around prostitution, like sugar daddies is one of them, sugar models, like there are these websites even in America where girls can connect with wealthy sugar daddies, as they call them, and there can be a transaction of sex or not. That's up to the girls. What do you think about these sort of websites? What do you think about this specific website where you can sell your virginity?
Well, I don't know much about this specific website, so I'll reserve my comment. I don't know if it's specifically for that, but I do think that
it's a marketplace where you can sell your body and specifically your virginity as well.
You just have to be so careful. You just have to be so careful on the internet with regards to women and girls selling their bodies, and by that I even mean just posting photos and videos and whatnot, and who you're getting in touch with, or who you're texting or emailing or whatever. It's just so important that safety is just absolutely paramount. And traveling to
if prostitution was legal, what you're referring to would be like the best place to do it. If prostitution was legal, it would be regulated. And I know this because I come from a country where prostitution is legal, Turkey. So there you have brothels with security, you have frequent testing of prostitutes. Like there's a layer of safety involved with being able to sell your body, which is your right if you want to do so. In my opinion, it's no different than like someone giving you a massage. You know what I mean? You're basically giving someone else a massage. It's just that this like puritanical concept that we assign to it, because it's like as soon as there's a penis or a vagina involved, it's like, oh my God, it's indecent. But it's not really, when you think about it from an outsider's perspective. If you were an alien looking down at the planet and you saw one person being able to give a massage legally to another one, but then you saw two people being naked and having sex with one another, you'd be like, why is one any different than the other? Do you see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, but I think that for me, I feel so completely human and not alien that it's hard for me to separate myself from, especially as a woman, like you are literally opening yourself up and having something inside of you. It's like, it's such a vulnerable.
Yeah, but this is, but it's constant, but okay,
let me
you're
finish.
also a lesbian though.
I know, I'm just saying that it's such a vulnerable position that I think it's hard for me to just be very, like, calculating about the transaction.
But there are a lot of people. But there are a lot of people out there who don't feel the same way that you do, and I think holding them back from using this as a method of like monetary gain is inappropriate. I think.
I think that everyone has a right to do what they want to do with their body, but I still think that. I don't know. It's just what concerns me about this girl is just the situation surrounding her circumstance. I think it'd be very different if this was a story about a 21-year-old girl has decided to become prostitute. That would be a totally different story.
In the 3 years, she was she hasn't lost her virginity in the 4 years. Like, what is so different about her life? Do you know what I mean? And I know that 4 years is a tremendous difference,
well, I just mean if she was
in those formative years. But still, like, that's what I'm trying to say is like, I think there's a way that this would be understandable, and that is through legalized prostitution. If this was something that was regulated, and someone wanted to sell it and they were over the age of 18 and they could possibly do this legally, and there would be some sort of, just like the euthanasia conversation we had, where there's like some sort of checks and balances, there's a system of checks where there a psychiatric, maybe like not a psychiatric analysis, but like some sort of evaluation where it's like, do you understand the severity of what you're doing? And then also, do you want to do it still? And then allowing someone to do that.
I just mean in this particular situation, what makes me uneasy is the fact that she only has sort of phone conversations with her mom, and it seems like there's some unrest at home. That would be a very different story if it was just girl in Russia, stayed in Russia, moved to brothel. Like it was, you know what I mean? Like it was, that would be a different story than she is in Dubai. We're unsure exactly who she's with and what exactly is going on. That's what makes me personally uneasy. But I hear what you're saying about legalized prostitution, and obviously, coming from Europe myself, I'm like familiar with the
Very
countries.
familiar.
No, I'm familiar with the countries where it's been legalized and regulated, and how that works out. And I do think there's absolutely an argument to be made. But in this particular situation, I'm uneasy about the circumstances surrounding her.
Okay, but we want to hear from you guys. What do you think? Do you think prostitution should be legal? Are you concerned for the safety of this woman? Leave us your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'm Hassan Piker, this is Grace Baldridge, and we'll see you next time on Pop Trigger.